my domain controller. Another one is a client PC. Okay. And already I showed that is how to check are you in the domain, are you in the work group. Okay. So this is my domain controller server. So I'm powering on this server. And this is my client PC. Just I'm powering on the client PC also. Both are virtual machines. I think you know already what is meant by virtual machine and all. Okay. Here I create a one virtual machine and install Windows Server 2019. Okay. Windows Server 2019. Okay. And I have a client PC. Okay. For client purpose, I use Windows 10 Pro Edition. Why I choose a Pro Edition? Pro or Enterprise Edition, I have to choose it, not Home Editions. Windows 10 has a 3 editions. Basic editions are only 3 editions. One is Home Edition, which you are using generally. We are all using generally Home Editions. By default, it comes with your operating system. Okay. And Pro Edition is a little costlier than Home Editions, but Pro Editions has certain additional features. Next one is Enterprise Editions. Okay, Pro and Enterprise Editions, we can able to join to the domain. So that's why I've taken this one. Okay, so this server name is Win S1, computer name. This server computer name. Win C1 is my client name. Okay, then I installed Active Directory domain service role inside. Okay, I install and configure it. What I done, I install and configure. So my server is now domain controller. Initially it is just a server. Now it is a domain controller. Okay. Okay. It is a role which if you install and configure it, and it is become a domain controller. Okay. So when it is become a domain controller, it should be in a domain. Okay. Domain is a logical namespace. Domain is a logical administrative boundary. It is as a name. Okay. These both are in the same domain like that. Okay. So what I have done, I created a domain. Okay. So I will write here my domain name. Is contoso.com, for example. Okay. So when I create this domain controller, automatically I will make this one as a domain. I created domain also. Next. Now this is my client, right? So I have to join this client to this domain. I have to join to this to the client domain. So how to join? You know already. So go to the about your PC, rename this PC, and go to change, and then go to member of. It is already work group, so select a member of domain and give the domain name, and it asks for authentication from the domain controller. Then give the administrator account name and password. Click OK. It verifies the account. It verifies with a domain controller. If it is okay, then it will be joined into the domain and restart the PC. You're part of domain controller. Okay. Yeah, if you want, I will show you that. This is my domain controller. Close this side. Alt control insert. Yeah. Already last class, last batch, I will change something. there is a column. Okay, no problem. So instead of first class, I will be do second class. Okay. So like this, in the server, I went to this add roles and features. Next, next, next. So this is the thing I installed. So Active Directory, domain services. See other Active Directory things also there. Ours is Active Directory, domain services. Okay. Once I install and then it asks for a post configuration as a domain controller, then it is become a domain controller. So here it is Active Directory, users and computers. Okay. See this? These are my domain users. See, Sweta is a domain user. It is the name is here. Okay. And Priya, Roshini, Neeraj, Kiran, Dheeraj. Like these users I created in my domain controller. I have another users also there. Harshita is a different OU. These are all called OUs. Okay. Organizational unit. Depends upon the department or depends upon the site. Okay, like Hyderabad users or India operations. So scientists, we are all belongs to India operations. We are some people work in India, but there are in a US operations. US SAP team is there. So there belongs to US time zones only, US related candidates. We are Indian time zone in India related. Okay. Both are working in Hyderabad, but are working. So like that also I can create it. Like that also I can create a OS. This OS is a segregation of users, groups, computers based on the users, groups, computers, departments, or maybe based on the geographical area and or some thing like it is like I said, you see, HR, IT support, trainers, like this I created. In the trainers again, soft skill trainers, technical trainers, like that also you can segregate. So even for example, Hyderabad office, I created a OU Hyderabad office. In that one, again, India operation team, US operation team, UK operation team. Again, their users, groups, computers are separated. Again, in that SAP uh, um department. So if SAP supporting is there, SAP ABAP team is there, that is belongs to US. Then I will put it in under US SAP team. US under that one some IT support team. Like that I will create it. So that is create a decentralization of administration. Okay, it means it's a centralized, but we are segregating to make it ease of administration purpose. Okay, I try always IT support only. Okay, so he's a user. Sweta is there. So in this one, any domain user can. So I can log in with Dheeraj, Kiran, Neeraj, Priya, Rohini, Shiva, and as well as Arshita and Latif, Madhu. Like that, I can able to log in. Okay. So here is Sweta. I forget her password. Okay. Think like this. She is a user and forget the password. So she's raised a complaint. What is the complaint? So when Sweta is trying to log into the PC and forget the password. She tried all the old passwords, nothing. So what the person will do it? What it will do, guys? Raise the ticket to the service desk. Approach the service desk. Approach the service desk. Either by telephone call or email or maybe direct approach. Internal users mostly direct approach, telephone calls also possible, email, self-help portals like that. System is not even login. So either telephone call or maybe direct approach is better option. Because system login, then only something we can able to do it, right? System unable to log in. So then it writes information like a given information to the service desk. What it is? I forget my password. Unable to log in or forget my password. Unable to log in, forget my password, either like that. I tried all my old passwords. Nothing is working. So this is her information that is become now. It's a ticket. Now it is a ticket. Okay. So what is the ticket contains? Sweta information and location and what are the requirements? Forget the password. Are unable to log in. A service related ticket, maintenance department. Okay. This ticket will be assigned to the system administrator. They are also part of service desk only. There is nothing like it is a service desk means only people who do computer repair, not like that. There's lot of things in the service desk. So first the service desk level 0% or maybe a system, the software people means there it will be created a ticket and given to the system administrator. Of course, to manage a computer, to log into the server, of course, the system admin required an experienced candidate. At least he has to work as a 1 year up to 1.5 year to do all these tasks. Okay, so like a L1 candidate in system administrators also, there is L1, L2, L3 level people also there. This is mostly L1 related ticket. Okay, this is L1 ticket because user forget a password or maybe unable to log into the password. So what is the thing? Is to change the password. So it is went to the L1 team in system administrator. It goes to the L1 team. So it's L1 team. Okay, and the ticket is went. So who is the person supporting in L1? He get this ticket and read the information and he log into domain controller. He will log into the domain controller and go to this Active Directory users and computers. Go to Active Directory users and computers and find out where is the Sweta. By information itself, we'll get to know which OU the user is belongs to. Okay, so which OU because name is Sweta and his username is okay. Then location, role, that information in the ticket only directly we can get to know. So Sweta is belongs to IT support OU and we go to the Sweta. Otherwise, we can search it. Okay. Now this is the user properties. So go to the account. See it is locked or not. The user is not locked. Okay. User is not locked. Okay. And user password is still validate 28 August. Still, the user password is valid password, not expired. And that too, expiry is never means password is not expired. Login hours, always you can log in. We can limit the users login hours also 9 to 6 only. Cannot be login before 9, after 6. Between the 9 and 6, user can log in and work. Between 9 and 6, number of times login and log out, but not before 9 o'clock, not after 6 o'clock. So like that, we can able to limit the users login hours also. Because sometimes in organizations, bigger organizations, huge computers are there. They have to work in a shift wise. One shift came 9:30 to 6:30. Another shift came 6:30 to 3:30, like that. So every 8 hours, shift will be changes. Okay. So like that, within the 8 hours, people come and log in and log out. Usually 9 hours. Okay. 8 hours is working hours, 1 hour is resting hours. So totally 9 hours. They have to split according to it. Okay. Log on to. So we can able to restrict the user to login all computers or some specific computers also you can specify. So there is no restriction, no login hours restriction, no system restriction. Account is not locked, not expired. So only thing is the user forget the password. So he analyze the L1 support engineer and find out, select, sorry, reset the password. So click on reset password and give Sweta a password. So I'm giving a general password of mine, admin@123, admin@123. Where I'm resetting the password, guys, in the domain controller. In the server only, I'm changing password of Sweta, not at client PC. Sweta has to log in client PC, but I'm changing your password and user is in the server. So I have to change the password in the place. And this is a regular password. I given a admin@123 is a regular password of mine. So dummy password. And once the Sweta login, she has to change the password first. She has to change the password. That is my design. Otherwise, you can change it. Depends upon the organization, rules and regulations are there. First time you join an organization, your HR will send your information to the system administrator. Create an account for this specific user and give his account name, password for login. Second is create a mail account for this user and mail name and a mail ID and password sent to the user's personal mail account. Once it is created, system administrator forward that information directly to the user or maybe to the HR. So HR will re-forward the information. Okay. Then they will give a dummy password. So whenever you log in for first time, it asks you to change the password immediately. Otherwise, you cannot log in. Okay. So I want to enforce that kind of stuff. So that's why I select user must change password at next login. User must change password at next login. So like that. Click OK. Now password has been changed. Where I have changed? In the server. But where to log in? At a client. So I'm trying with my old password. That's changed password. Okay. See, it is different error it is showing. So user's password must be changed before signing in. So okay. Then it's a old password. So I give what are the first given password. Then user is given new password. So for example, capital admin 123. Maybe it won't work because the user is already done this password multiple times. Okay, earlier. Unable to update the password, the value provided new password does not meet length, complexity, or history requirement of the domain. So problem is user already used that password earlier. So I want to give a new password, JAQ@123 or JAQ@1234. I will try this one. Your password is changing. Your password change, click OK and welcome. Okay. The user is already logged into the PC. So it won't take much time to log in. If it is a fresh user to the PC, then the user is okay. Now the user got a blank screen, but see this is user is successfully logged. Okay, this is the user. Want to see the user account settings? I click on your change account settings. Okay, so then account related information will be visible. The user is not local user, he is a Conteso domain user and login name is Sweta Our full name is like this. Okay. So this is domain user. So if you see, there is no family kind of stuff. Second, I'm going to control panel. User accounts. User accounts. So one user only showing manage user accounts. So we'll try. So I cannot do it. Why? Because of I'm a user. That's it. Like a standard user type on. I'm not user. If I want to go and change something or I want to do that one, I need an administrator, domain administrator. Account information is required. Domain administrator name and password is required. Then only I can able to go that option. So I do not have, I click on no. Configure advanced user profile properties. So it is, the user is Contoso under Contoso Sweta. But the actual computer name is different. See, this is a computer name, but this is a domain name. This computer is a part of domain. Yeah, I cannot change it. Okay. I need a password. How to get, okay. So this is the part. Yeah, I installed not Pro Enterprise. So now only I know it. Okay. So we'll change here. So I use not Pro. Actually, I use Enterprise. Guys, understand? The server client access, how to change the password at server, how it is affect on the client.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Here what we have done, we change the password at domain controller in the server, and that is affected on the client login, right? Now what we will do, so we'll create an account. We'll create a new account, new user here. Okay, so I just need a normal name. Sonia is there, Sonia.
Yes, sir.
So username is Sonia. PDDETI. It's not required to be correct. Okay, because we are just explaining. So this is the full name. First name, last name, initials. It's like a full name. Then this is the login name. Okay. Login name, I create a normal name. Like Sonia. This is main login name. This is a full name. Okay. So login name means username @ contoso.com domain. This is called a user principal name. User principal name. Domain name / username. This is called a SAM account name. SAM account name. Okay. So this is a user login. Either you log in like this or like this. Okay. Next, you should give a password. First time you are creating a password. I'm a system admin. I am giving a password. So I want to make a user to change the password at first login. Whenever user is login, Password must be changed. Okay, that is the condition I want to implement. Otherwise, uncheck this one. If you check this one means user must change the password at next login. Means when our user is logging with this password, it asks for the change the password. Not required to change the password again every time. One time only. Okay. Other settings. User cannot change the password. User want to change its own password, can change. User want to change his own password, they can change it. But you can restrict also. User should not change the password also. Okay. Password never expiry. Account is disabled. What is account is disabled? For example, on the 1st August, you have to join. But I got the information today. So what is it today? 29th. 1st August is still, we have a time. Okay, 2 days time is there. Okay. So maybe after 2 days, like a third day is login time. So I create a now only. So I will disable it right now. I'll create an account, but I will disable it. So I will enable it on the 1st August morning. Okay. So like that, so we can disable it there. Even user left from the organization. User is left from the organization. Okay. Is yesterday is work is completed. Today onwards, user should not be logging. So then also I can disable the account. So first of all, we'll create an account. Finish. See the user properties. There you can give the user other information, descriptions, offices, okay, telephone number, email, web pages, addresses, like that. In the account, see it is, I can select end of specific time, like a 31st August is the last day. The worker, the user is, it's a contract based working. 4 months contract, 3 months contract, 6 months contract. So we'll calculate what is the end date. Then we'll select now only. So what happened? So once date completed, user cannot log in. So manually, I don't need to do it. Or you resign from the organization for okay. So you resign today. You resigned. 2 months notice period, for example. So most of the organization use 2 months notification period. So there's 2 months notification. Today you applied for resignation to HR. HR approved your resignation. And what is the end date? They calculate end date. This is the end of your day in the office. The date will send to the administrator by HR. What the administrator will do it? To change never to end of. So they will change end to end of this particular date. Automatically user will be expired. Okay. You cannot log in after that date. On that date at least. Okay. Holiday shown login hours. Log into like this. There are other options also there to change. Okay. Just I get back normally. So user is created. So, yeah. So I do not have more client PCs because we have a certain limitation, hardware limitations are there. No? Right. It's because that is a for 2 GB, this is 2 GB. Again, we taken already 4 GB. Okay. I can add one more client. But again, disk space is also having a limitation. Think like this. So earlier, Sweta is logged in here. The same computer. So in this one, Sonia, I didn't create. Where I created in the server only. But in the client, I'm trying to log in. So I given only Sonia name like this and password. You can log in like this also. Why? Because of it is under one. You can see sign into contessa.com. It is already showing sign into contessa.com. Okay. So you don't need to give a domain name and all directly. You can give, or you can give like this. You can give contoso.com, contoso only slash. What does that mean? You are specifying which domain and which domain user. You are specifying the domain and domains user. Okay. Like this, same account name like this also you can switch. Okay. Now it is like this. UPN name also you can log in @domain.com. Username that domain complete domain name. Okay, like this also you can log in. Any which way you log in, just I keep it like this. Otherwise you can remove this one. Just make sure you give a correct password. So what it is saying, user's password must be changed. So password is correct, username is correct. Click OK. So, and then I'm changing the password. So I'm giving capital A only. Okay, normally it's admin@123. So changing password is capital A. Only A is capital, remaining is same as a old password. Like this. Password is changed. Very good. Click OK. Now see it is pulled the full name from the server and it is displaying the full name here. And it will take time, guys. It will take 2 minutes to 5 minutes. Why? Because of first time the user is logged in. Okay, user is created freshly and the user is not logged in to this PC earlier. So not only this PC, not any PC, it is logged in. So first time it is logged into this PC mainly. So this set up the profile in the PC. Its own profile data. What is the profile data? Users, documents, downloads, pictures, video, okay, contacts, OneDrive, all these things. Their profile data will be created inside a system. Yeah, it is login. I let it login. After login only, I will take. Almost there. I said it will take time. Yeah, we got it. See, and we logged in successfully with the Sony account. Okay, so where I created in the server, where I log in the client. You guys understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How this user can log into this client? Because this client is member of domain. The client PC is member of domain. It is already joined into the domain, right? So how this server knows it is a member of domain? The client is member of domain. How server knows? I will show you that. Click on the computer. See, It contains a client information. Okay, if you open it also, the client DNS name, what it is, what operating system is there, Windows 10 Enterprise, like that. Okay, so in a client, in the server, we have a domain computer information, domain user information, domain groups, resources, and services. Even printer information also should be there somewhere, but we cannot able to get it that one. Okay. And next, so why this is showing this Windows 70 solutions India train and hire or deploy Hyderabad. So how it is on the screen it is showing. How it is possible? I didn't set any screen, right? I didn't set any desktop wallpaper. Okay, how it is there? So because of from the server it is deployed. So look at here, guys. Remember our users in the IT support. This is IT support only. Our users in the IT support. So go to tools, group policy management. Okay. So in the group policy management under IT support, if you see that IT support, there's the two rules are there attached. One is desktop wallpaper GPU. Desktop wallpaper GPU. So what is that? So go to the settings. So see, this is the location of that wallpaper, which is inside my PC only. So what is the location? This is the shared location, but I will show you the direct location. Okay, wall 3. Okay, see like this. Okay, this is my wallpaper I created and stored in my server, which is in the this shared folder, which is in this shared folder. Okay, and through this group policies, which is I link it to this IT support. So those users in this IT support OU, they will get this settings. They will get this settings. Okay. So that is the point. If you want it, you can change it also. Generally, take this screenshot. This is screenshot is good. Can we pay copy? Yes. So I copied a screenshot, which is I have taken yesterday, uh, day before yesterday. So rename, and I'll put this name is this code CMD1. Okay. It is a cube CMD1. I have a picture right now. So that picture is look like this. Okay. It is a content is like that. Okay. Maybe may not be work. We will try. If not working, then we'll change. Remember the name or try to rename. Just copy the name. Okay. So I used till now this picture. Now I'm changing to this picture in my group policies. Simple. I'm going to the desktop wallpaper from here, main container. Right click, edit. So the policy is under all settings, desktop only. This time I'm going to filter on or all settings. This is a desktop wallpaper. See, enabled. Okay. It's the same shared folder, but name is changed. Apply. Okay, so I edit my settings. This is the wallpaper settings. I change the picture from one to another one. See, this is the picture is changed. Just refresh at least 2-3 times and do update the. This is GP update command. Update the group also. Same go to the client because this has to be applied. Why to run this update also? There is a reason. Without update running also it will work. So sign out because the policies is created under the user configuration. So the user, when it is a next sign out and sign in or restart the PC, the policy will applicable. So what are the policies you have done in the group policies? Okay, the policy will be applicable on the users and computers either by sign in and sign out or restarting the computer. Okay, so I'm going to another user. It's better. Same user, but I went to the another user. I changed my password, right? I have to give calculate A. Okay, I have to give this password. Not small. I got it finally. But it is a very big picture. The picture size is very bigger. So that's why it is onto the full screen. Okay. And if in case, if I put a full screen mode, maybe it is more clear. Okay. So now like this, in the organizations, I put a one kind of wallpaper. Okay. This is in my, if you see my wallpaper on my screen, so many are there of icons, but so we can't able to see my wallpaper. Before this wallpaper, I use always default one. I don't put anything as my wallpaper. Okay. I don't put anything as my wallpaper. But now I show desktop icons. See, earlier it is only default one. So yeah, 1 month back, Microsoft released from their preview. Okay, so they released this 25 years anniversary preview kind of stuff. They released this wallpaper. So I downloaded and put it. So of course it is also white and blue combinations, not and black combination is also there. So not very hard. So then I use this. But company insists, some people put a desktop wallpaper as some puppies, cars, or maybe some skulls. Okay. So people are keep changing their wallpapers. So organization decide the people should not use some different kind of wallpapers on the desktop. So they should have a company logo or some message, some motivational message. Okay, or some comments like I use it right now, motivational message or a comments like that. So we can enforce the setting to large number of users and computers. It's a setting. It is not a controlling. It's not like I can say restriction. It's not a restriction. It is a setting you are deploying. It's a desktop wallpaper setting. Okay, instead of go to each and every computer and do the wallpaper setting, you can do it. You can do this firewall related settings. You can say user should not create data on the desktop. In my PC, I have a lot of data on my desktop. Company can create a rule. The rule is user should not create anything on the desktop. In certain organizations, they remove the shutdown button. User should not shut down the PC. They can log out. So when work is completed, they can log out and get out. Okay, work is completed. Today 6:30 completed. Log out and get out. Next batch will come at and then log in. Okay, so they cannot shut down. Okay, they cannot shut down. So like that, we can disable the shutdown option. For example, a new printer is attached in the network. I can deploy the printer settings to the computer. I can deploy the printer settings to the clients. So automatically client is start his computer and log in. The printer settings will be attached. So it is not a deny or yellow kind of stuff. It is a settings we are enforcing on them. So that is what group policies. See, I didn't go to this client and change in the group desktop wallpaper. I went to the server, and then in the server, I created this desktop wallpaper settings and which is already I have a desktop wallpaper GPU. So then in that one, I have done some settings changes. Then I deployed. So then client is getting the setting. So this is it's a group policy kind of information. Okay. Anything is there? Any questions? Do you understand, guys? Group policy point. Hmm? Okay. So what we have discussed, we discussed how to reset.
Sir, class
Yes,
is
sir.
not visible, sir.
Not visible.
It's showing that we can't display the content.
1 second, I will again reshare it. Can you able to see now?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Now it's okay.
I will open the notepad. So maybe this is because of this one also possible. Then I'll take notepad point out. So what are the things we have discussed? We discussed about a resetting password for a user. And user must change password next login. That kind of option also we have seen. Next, we created a user, a domain user we created, and we log into the user. Next, we see in the group policy. And I showed only one policy, that is also desktop wallpaper policy. What is a desktop wallpaper policy? What we done? We create a picture. Okay, we taken a picture and we put that picture into the group desktop wallpaper policy. That policy is attached to a OU. So those are in the OU, which user is in the OU is get that policy. So automatically that picture is become desktop wallpaper of computers. Okay. These three things we discuss. These are the main important things. Of course, you want to do like you want to learn about a Microsoft Windows administration mainly. Then again, that is a separate course, separate point. Okay, so like installation of Windows servers, different service managements like Active Directory, DHCP, DNS, iSCSI, print servers, WSUS servers, WDS servers. Okay, this is a separate part. So this is only basic for understanding purpose. I just showed as per my existing environment only. Okay, good. So once again, what is the Active Directory? Active Directory provide directory services. What are the directory services? Like a database, authentication, and authorization. Active Directory provide a directory services, which is two services. One is database and authentication and authorization services. Active Directory database stores identity of users, groups, computers, services, resource information. Resources, that is enough, not information. Okay. Because again it will repeat the same meaning. Okay. And also Active Directory authenticates user when they log into the domain computers. Active Directory is a database which is the name of the Active Directory database file name is NTDS.DIT, New Technology Directory Service Directory Information Tree. Active Directory authentication protocols are there. What are the authentication protocols? Kerberos 88, LDAP 389. Okay. Where this Active Directory is introduced, the Active Directory is a Microsoft related service. Microsoft related service introduced in a 2000 server. Before 2000, in NT servers, we have domain controller concept is there, but it is not Active Directory. It is different architecture is there. Different architecture is there. Okay. So this Active Directory domain services. Earlier it is Active Directory, then it is domain services. Why? Because of again these Active Directory based services are increased. Then name change it to Active Directory domain services. AD is nothing but ADDS, or ADDS is nothing but AD. That's it. Domain controller. Same yet. Active Directory has an architecture. We have a forest, tree, child domains. All domains in the Active Directory. Hello. Okay. So there is a point actually. This is a domain. In before 2000 means Windows NT server, we have a domain concept is there, domain controller concept is there, but not Active Directory concept. So it is domain controller. This is domain controller. The triangle symbol is domain, and this is a domain controller. Each domain has a minimum two domain controllers. First one we call it as PDC. The second one we call it as PDC. Okay, so this is a domain. For example, this Tata domain is a one organization called a Tata organization, and Tata organization contains employees for their boundary region security. So I created a user accounts in the domain controller, so people log into their computers in the domain. It is a single site, single domain kind of stuff. What is BDC? In case of primary domain controller failed, so users cannot be authenticated, right? So users cannot be authenticated. So who will going to authenticate? So domain controller. a domain controller is failed. So we need a backup. So that's why it is backup domain controller. Backup domain controller. More number of users are increased. So huge demand of users. Like in a time shifting, lot of people will join at a time. So of course, in our office little late, but sometimes 9:30 is the office time. 500 employees. Think like this, 500 employees are logged into the same server at a time. This server become busy. So to balance the load, we need another server. So that is a BDC. The PDC and BDC. Okay. And this is a one organization. And Tata business is improved. Tata business is improved. So they have another domain. They enter into the another domain. So they have another domain. For example, Tata Steel. This is another organization. But same people, same CEO, same controller, but it is a different organization. It's a steel organization. Okay. And another is also came out like a PCS.com. Of course, Tata has so many Tata-based companies, not only just investing in it. Okay. Tata Motors. Okay. Not only this, Vistara, Airlines, Vistara is there. Okay. Investment companies are different, direct companies are different. Vistara is a Tata direct company. Air India is an investment. So Tata invested in Air India. Earlier, Air India belongs to Tata. Then it is given to the government. Okay, so it is under the government later. Okay, so they are in the maintenance because they are started that business. Okay, so because under the government something should be there. Yeah, so that then Air India is there. So later it is now it is again Tata invested to save the company. That is a different point. Like now recent, very recent BSNL. BSNL is a government company, but they need an investment so to improve their services. But government is don't want to put any money in it. Okay, so Tata invested it. That's invested different. Tata Telecom services are there. Tata Telecom, that is again Tata direct companies. Okay. Tata Telecom companies. Because so Tata have actually there is companies, at least we have some idea. Tata Telecom. Docomo. Earlier we have a Decomo, Tata Indicom, Tata landline phones. Tata also provided landline and internet services. Okay, telephone services and as well as internet services. So like that, different organizations came into market. So all are belongs to same people only, same Tata, JRD Data, all these people are same only. Okay, Ratan Tata, all are under same Tata umbrella only. Okay, but problem is it's all Tata Enterprise. It is a Tata Enterprise. Under that one, multiple business are came. So people who are working in a Tata cannot be access Tata Steel resources. Their computers, their resources, they can't access. Tata Steel resources cannot be accessed by Tata Telecom. Tata TCS cannot access TCS resources like TCS has maintaining data centers, applications network. It cannot be accessed by Tata Steel and Tata Com directly. Okay, it's with this user in the Tata Steel cannot access Tata.com resources. Tata TCS so employee cannot access Tata Motors. Okay, because there are separate domains. So to getting access, what we have to do? You have to create a trust relationship between them. You have to create a trust relationship. So I allow your user to access my resources for your work or my work. Okay. I allow your users to access my data. Okay. So like that, we have to do the trusted relationship between the servers. Okay. So we have more servers, then more trust relationships we have to create it. Just like a mesh. Okay. Just like a mesh topology. So, so two-way relationship is there. So this is 1, 2, 3, and of course, fourth one. Depends upon requirement, you have to do it. Okay. Depends upon the relationship, you have to. Okay. Now this is become a more complex because data are not with the 4 or 5 businesses, right? There are a lot of businesses, lot of sites, locations, businesses are there. Okay. Tata Electrical is came. Tata Institutes are there. Tata Hotels are there. Okay. So different businesses there are into it. So we cannot create this in single enterprise. We cannot create multiple relationships. Sometimes one business is sold to some other organization. Then again, you have to go to each and every place and remove the trust relationships because it's a now outsider. To make it easy, so in 2000, Microsoft come with a solution. Earlier it is also Microsoft, okay, but again, so in that is NT, in the NT servers, we have BDC, PDC concept and this trust relationship. In 2000, in server 2000, they introduced AD concept. What is this? AD concept is forest concept. Forest. So entire your enterprise is comes under one single forest. So to create this forest, you have to create at least one root domain. At least you have to create a single domain. Okay, so there is a domain controller in the domain. So this is called a root domain. This is called a root domain. When you create a root domain, automatically forest will be created. In the forest, only one root domain. This is the first one. This is the first one. So it is Tata Enterprise is initiated now. So Tata Forest is initiated. So like a one single enterprise. So when I'm creating another one, for example, I have a Tata Steel. So I created a Tata Steel domain. So when I'm creating, I'm telling this is my Tata.com is a forest. When I'm creating Tata Steel domain, I told Tata.com is forest. So obviously now it is a part of forest. It is now part of forest. So this is called a tree. One single forest can contains multiple trees. All trees are belongs to same forest only. TCS.com. Okay. Yeah, don't worry. There is a both the domain controllers are there. Main domain controller, secondary one, like a PDC, BDC or DC, ADC concept is there. Okay. So this is another tree. Like this, you can create all the trees. Remaining all the organizations comes under same forest, same enterprise only as a like a trees. Okay. And these domains, either it is a root or maybe tree, has a branch offices like that, right? So child domains also possible. There is a child domains also possible, right? So then I create like this. So this is a child domain. So this architecture is from Active Directory. This Active Directory name is changed to Active Directory Domain Services. Because of in Active Directory, there is a forest level services also increased, like ADRMS, ADCS, ADLDS, okay, ADFS. This type of Active Directory based forest level services are improved. So because of this, we changed our Active Directory to the Active Directory Domain Services. Okay, so this is a forest. Forest means an enterprise. Inside a forest, you have a different organizations inside it automatically. So then there are become a trees and child domains. So it is a forest is a security boundary. Within the forest, all domains are trust each other. So they can able to share its resources information directly. Okay, one domain user can be able to log into another domain user without creating separate trust relationship. Okay, until unless so any other domain users other than forest people cannot log into your system because it's a separate forest. And you can create a link relationship between the forest also. Okay, so this is architecture. Okay. Yeah, already written, already I told, explain this one. We cannot join the home edition systems, can join pro or enterprise to the domain. Okay, so this is about your Active Directory server and client system. So what is the next? The next one is about a DHCP and the DNS. Okay, so take a small break, guys. Come back in 10-15 minutes. So we'll check it. That one. Okay. Come at 12, 12:05 maximum. Okay, take a break and come back at 12. So we'll discuss about a DHCP.